Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jesse here with JLSComics. Welcome back to another fun-filled, exciting episode here. I have today actually two contest entries I'm going to do in one video. One is for Tou Moua, and then the other is for AG Server. I'm going to go over Tou Moua's first. It was a series of questions he asked while you look at this really awesome Spider-Man title here, number 358. It is a gatefold, so I will go ahead and unfold the gate, as it were. No, I'm not going to do that because then you'll see what I have underneath. Just look at Spidey, Punisher, and dude's hand there. All right, so the first question here for Tou Moua is, which comic book movie are you looking forward to the most this year? And being a Deadpool fan, have been before all the hype, so comment TJ if you're watching this, I'm not just a hype beast. I've been liking Deadpool pretty much ever since he came out. Kind of flat in the beginning, but after that first mini started, well, there was a couple minis, and then volume 1 of his ongoing. That's kind of where he started picking up and getting a personality and some depth and history behind the character. So I'm looking forward to Deadpool the most this year. Surprise hit, I think, is going to be Suicide Squad. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it, but people, from what I've been reading and hearing, aren't expecting it to be a great movie. But I think that it will turn out to be a pretty cool movie, and will consequently lead to a sequel, at least one more sequel. So I think it'll do well enough to warrant a sequel. So I hope I'm not proven wrong on that. So the next one is Spidey villain for the next movie. They are rebooting it. I guess it got moved around with the dates, and Star Wars got moved around too. Or delayed a year, I guess. I would like to see Kraven as a villain, and specifically Kraven's Last Hunt. That story arc, I think, would translate well to a movie. It's a bit more of a niche character. You kind of have to know this hobby and whatnot to kind of know and appreciate that villain. But I think that they could do that. They've done it well with Guardians and some of the other movies that they took all these other characters from that weren't sort of well known outside of the comic book realm, and made them big. So I think that they could take Kraven over there as well and make him big. So next X title, I really want to see an X-Force movie. I don't know what storyline would be good specifically. Maybe Executioner's Song or something like that. But the idea would be to bring in Cable and an X-Men sort of like Spec Ops team, and Deadpool could tie into that as well. So something around X-Force I think would be good. And then the last question he asked was, there was when he put this up, the East Coast was being walloped with snow. So he asked, which would you prefer, snow or rain? And I actually came from up north. I came from Amazing Murphinator's territory up there in Boston, just a little bit north of Boston, a couple cities up there that I actually lived in. And I really, really liked the snow. I missed going skiing and snowboarding. Tons of great mountains up there in the Northeast. And man, I wish I could take the snow without the cold. That's what I would want. The snow, but without the cold. I actually moved to Florida because, 5 months of winter, it's like, enough already. Okay, we get the point. It's winter. Great. Let's move on. And with the cold, it can be hot and rainy, and I know that from experience here living in Florida. With the cold, you can keep putting on more and more and more layers, but with the heat, with the snow or the rain and the heat, you can only take off so much before people either start looking at you funny or they call the cops. So I think I'm gonna go with snow on this one versus the rain. So yeah, that's my answer. I hope that's good for you, Tou Moua. So there is that entry. Thank you for having that contest, man. Thanks for being part of my channel as well since pretty much the beginning. I think you were, if not the first, one of the first people to subscribe to my channel. So thank you for that. And I love watching your channel as well. Really awesome content and great hauls, amazing steals. I kind of envy you sometimes when you pull out these big guns, and I'm like, wow, I wish I could find that for that price. So good job. Keep up the good work there, and I'm happy to support somebody who has been so gladly and willing to support me. So there we go. So the next contest is AG Surfer, and I meant to do this one too a while ago because it's been up. The deadline's actually coming up, and I kind of forgot. You know, a lot of things have been happening in my life, and you know, with the holidays. And I actually saw Longshank78 put up a video today, and I said, "Oh shit, I got to do mine too." So trying to do these both at once. I don't want to be putting up too many videos. So he asked for 7 heroes, 7 favorite heroes. So I got a couple, and then one that's going to lead into the second part, which is the movies. Dun, 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 so stay tuned. So my heroes, my favorite heroes, I always liked Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the man. You know, when I was a kid, I would, you know, when they did like the mail order direct from Marvel, I would, you know, once a month just race to the freaking mailbox. Mom, let me check the mail. I think my comic books are here. So I was looking for this, and this was right in that. This particular issue was right in that range of when I was, you know, getting all those titles. You know, went through Carnage, Maximum Carnage, Round Robin, which is this one. There was a bunch of story arcs through there, right into the beginning of like the Clone Saga. Basically, I was getting all those books, and you know, I would eat up the fight scenes and the stories and all this. So definitely Spidey is near and dear to my heart. Cool stories. I'm liking what Dan Slott's been doing with him lately, but you know, this is a Mark Bagley cover here. Really like this era, 90s era Spider-Man, and had a lot of cool crossovers. So the gatefold on this one, I'm going to move my other ones out of the way. So Spider-Man, and then Punisher I really like as well. I pretty much read all of his stuff when I was younger. So we're at 2 there, and then Moon Knight makes it 3. Can you see? Where's the gatefold? So there's Moon Knight, Spider-Man, and Punisher. 3 of my favorites. You got Darkhawk, Night Thrasher, and Nova there as well. Cool characters too. I wouldn't call them my favorites, but they're pretty cool. It's kind of like a hardcore group there. People are pretty ready and willing to kick some ass. So there you go. There's that one. That brings us to 3. Okay, 3 out of 7. Next one here we have Uncanny X-Men 318. Why did I choose this one? Because you got Cyclops is number 4, Wolverine number 5, Gambit, number 6, and I'm going to leave it there. Alright, so there's that one, and then we have this here. I just happened to find this one. Oh man, I can only pick one more, can I? Which one should I pick? I don't know. Can I do 0.5s? Let's do 0.5s. Old school Black Knight right there. So 0.5 is 0.5 for him. Black Knight, freaking awesome character. Can't wait for that movie. That's going to be cool. Just rolling that character out into the MCU should be pretty awesome as well. And then the other 0.5, I'm cheating by doing that, is going to go to Cap right there. Although I love Thor, Iron Man, Hawkeye's cool, New Mockingbird's cool. Get the Black Knight rebooted. Although I heard that one might get canceled, along with a couple others like Moon Girl and what's the other one? I forget. There's like 3 titles that aren't in solicits that should be. Anyways, there you go. So there's that. And then the last one I'm going to show you, how can you not have one without Batman? That's a official comic adaptation of Batman Returns. Okay? So that's I'm cheating again. That's my 10th favorite hero, Batman. And this is an adaptation of a movie, and that's why I wanted to show this one, because it ties into the movies that I want to talk about. Alright, so the movie tie-ins. Ba-bam! Let's pan down a little. This one I got all 4 in one. Some light up in this bee. So you got Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. Okay. You know those what's his name? I can't even remember his name. Joel Schumacher, is it? I don't know. There's a couple in there that, you know, it's like, really, they made the movie. Oh, yeah, Joel Schumacher. He fucking butchered the character, but especially Bat Nips. Come on. When your movie's known because of its nipples more than anything else, then we got a problem. So anyways, there's Batman. You got Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight, original Batman, and then 66. And I do have the other one, part of Nolan's trilogy. I couldn't find it, but for the sake of this, I figured I'd just show you these here. So Batman, favorite movie, favorite character, let's say. I loved this movie, The Wolverine. I've heard some people say that they don't really like it that much, but I really liked it. I liked the feeling of it, the classic story arc that it was pulled from. Just the feeling and the ambiance of it were really cool. Traveling to Japan, fight scenes with the snow. And I don't know, I thought it was a cool movie. The next three, let's go with this one here, The Crow. Brandon Lee in that movie, holy shit, that was an awesome movie. Everything about it, the soundtrack, it was awesome. It really captured my imagination back then. I still to this day pretty much watch it like once a year. So, definitely an awesome movie. They made a few sequels to it, which are like, it's a Crow, so it's still cool in that regard. But can't beat this original one here. And they are rebooting it as actually I heard that there's a new movie coming out sometime. When I was a kid, I love this movie. E.T., man, that's got to be on everybody's list. That is a beautiful, awesome movie. Captures the imagination of children worldwide and all that jazz. You all know about that. I'm not going to dwell on that one. We got Tommy Boy, the Holy Schnikey edition. That movie, I don't care how many times I watch that movie, it's going to crack me the fuck up. That is a really funny movie. I'm just thinking about it laughing. He rips the door off at the gas station. He's like, "What did you do?" But it was all him, just stupid but funny. Next one, Pulp Fiction. Anytime I'm ever in like a meeting or something with new people and there's that old icebreaker thing, my answer is always this movie, Pulp Fiction. It is amazing. It is an awesome movie. And a little piece of trivia, actually. In the movie, Uma Thurman is sitting in a restaurant, and they're talking about, she's describing a movie, Fox Force 5, and they're going on about it, the characters, it's a bunch of women and stuff in there. And what she's actually describing became the characters from Kill Bill. So in Pulp Fiction, she describes Fox Force 5, and then it's the Deadly Viper group, is it? Deadly Viper Assassination Group from Kill Bill. That, Quentin Tarantino did that as well. So I thought that was a pretty interesting piece of trivia. So there's that. Okay. So we got some movies. Put those like that. So you can see some of my favorites. Next, I love these movies. I am big into cars. I wrecked my really nice car that, was good for racing and stuff. But it kind of was a blessing in disguise because I got a little bit hurt from that. But also, it freed up a lot of money for my comics. So, I am putting on my list all the Fast and the Furious. Fast and Furious movies, not Furiouses. So there's that. Cool movies. They just keep getting crazier and crazier. They went from riding some tuner Hondas in downtown LA to international, shooting at tanks and flying through the air like superheroes. And it's really different from where the series started, but it's pretty cool where they're taking it. I understand they have to keep upping the ante because we don't just want the same thing over and over and over again. So the next one is one that I love, and I can't just show one because I love them all, okay? And that's going to be, you see this? I think you already know what it is. And as soon as the new movie comes out, boom, I'll be getting that as well. So there is some of my, those are my, it's not all of them, but it is most of the James Bond movies. James Bond is the man. Awesome characters. I read all the books too. Some of them, all the titles come from whether it's a chapter title or the book title or whatever it is, or where Ian Fleming lived, for example, is a title as well. But they all came from the stories and the titles, subtitles, like I just said. So it's kind of cool when you go through them to read them, and like they're very similar to the movies, but they're different enough. The books, that is, they're different enough that there's still a ton of surprises in there, and it's still yes, there's a bunch of dated stuff, but they're still a good read to this day. So if you're looking for a series of books to read, go check these out if you're a Bond fan. Definitely brings in some more interesting stuff to it. And there's a couple things that there's only a couple more titles and stuff that they can pull before they have to start making up their own types of things. So that should be interesting. But there you have it. There's all of my favorites for A.G. Surfer, be it characters or movies, and Tou Moua. I answered your questions as well. Go check out their channels. I know they have a lot more subs than I do, so they're not going to need any help from me pushing people their way. If anything, I need their help. But we're all community here, right? So I'm more than happy to, provide them some support, just like people have done for me. And there you have it. I'm actually going to go watch a couple of these movies right now. So there we go. But I should be back pretty soon with a haul video for this week. It's the 27th coming up, so get couple new books coming out. Not as many as I used to. And then I'm going to show you how I did on my coloring book. Here's a sneak peek of it. And then some stuff came in the mail too that I'm going to show as well. If you want to get a sneak peek at a couple of those, go check out my Instagram for that. The pictures are already up there. But we're at 17 minutes, way the hell too long. So I got to go, everybody. Like, sub, comment, share, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.